Muslims, answer me this. If your Allah was truly God, why, when Moses was speaking to the burning bush on Mount Sinai, did he not say, I am Allah? Now don't give me the whole crap that it's written in the Quran that he said, I am Allah. Us Christians don't care what your Quran says, you understand that, especially when there's thousands upon thousands of mistakes, and I'm not even talking about translations here.
In the marketplace and asked them if she could have a Quran, and they said, well, which Quran do you want? She says, what do you mean? Just any Quran. Well, which one? Do you want Hafs? You want Warsh? And they said, what do you mean Hafs and Warsh? I thought there was only one Quran. They said, oh no, there's quite a few different ones. We have about, I don't know the whole dialogue, but he said there are numerous ones that we have here. He said, well, give me the first one you have. What's the most popular one here in North Africa? They said, here, the Warsh. So she took the Warsh and she came home back to London, and then she now listen, this woman doesn't even speak Arabic. She's not Arab. She's Turkish. But all she needed to do was put the two Qurans side by side. And she saw, well, this word looks different than this word, or this phrase looks different than that phrase. So she circled them, and she went back to her Arab friends there in London and says, is this the same? She said, no, that's different. No, that says different. And they would translate to her what the difference says. Then she realized these are completely different words. These are completely different verses. These are completely different meanings. In some cases, these are completely different theologies. So she started sending out the message to all her friends all over the North Africa, and she had 26 of these different Qurans. And they were finding not a few differences, they were finding hundreds, not hundreds, thousands of differences. So we talked about it, and I said, why don't we take these down to Speaker's Corner? Let's just hold them up. Look what happened. And take a look and see who's there.
Did everyone catch the Muslims there at the end calling everyone away from those 26 Qurans? Everyone, back up.
Who was the tall man there? Who was it? Do you recognize him, David?
That was the mighty Muhammad Hijab, destroyer of Yasser Qadhi's career.
That was him in that crowd. And he was the one pulling all the Muslims away. Mm-hmm. Now, I've known Muhammad Hijab all that time, and we've known him for quite a few years. And
Okay, so how hard is it for Allah to say that I am Allah and just leaving it as I am? That makes absolutely no sense. And if he did, right, look, I'll grant you, just imagine that he did, right? You then tried to tell me that we have gone back through every single gospel, Bible, Torah, Injil, anything that you want to say, and remove that one word, Allah. No, his name was never mentioned at the burning bush because it was never Allah. Food for thought. And what is even more embarrassing is if he was to only say that his name was Allah, a lot of people in Christianity would have been following Allah, but it wasn't. And he never mentioned who he was, and a lot of people have been unalived for the fact that he left his name out when spoken to Moses at the bush on Mount Sinai. If he had just said that last word, Allah, we would all have been following Allah. You see how simple that is? Embarrassing, really. Those satanic bells, yet again, I love it. That's Jesus, that is, calling you to come home.